Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. This is Dylan with Tucson Future Classics, and that is our 2023 Kia Niro EV. This being a 2023 with just under 85,000 miles on it means a couple of pretty cool things. One, it falls under Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile EV battery and EV powertrain warranties. So nice peace of mind there. And the second, this is the first year of the second generation Kia Niro EV. And one of the biggest changes, other than just, the styling and the nicer interior touch points and a little bit better tech, was aerodynamics. They were able to squeeze 250 miles of range out of this with a 200 horsepower motor and a 65 kilowatt hour battery. And that all comes down to little aerodynamic stuff. I'm gonna get close, but things like the way this headlight housing is shaped to kick air out. The way this on your mirror is designed to funnel that air going over the hood all the way down and out through here. It's a flying buttress. It lets air pass behind the brake light, all to make the airflow smoother. Even these little kickouts here have a purpose, and the longer tail. It's all to help it be slipperier at highway speeds, helping boost that range and making for a little bit quieter ride. This was a Southwestern fleet rental car, so out of the SoCal and Arizona area. So you're gonna see a couple little use marks, like that scuff there, some curb checking and curb rash here on the tires, which, by the way, brand new Vantage touring tires. We had to mount it and balance to make sure there was no vibration or any sort of undue unpleasantness. And even come around the back, you can see the scuffs from like luggage loading right along the back here, and a little dink there from presumably one of those concrete parking lot bollards or something like that. Really nice to see cars in colors again. Honestly, helps break up the monotony of the whites and the blacks and the varying shades of gray. It's also got the piano black trim running all over it with those little stainless steel silver accents. Kind of goes with the black and machined wheels and ties everything together. Up here under the hood, you'll see a pretty clever use of space, since this entire EV drivetrain takes up the same space that the regular gas, the hybrid, or the plug-in hybrid setup would use. No big frunk, but for this generation, they did actually give you a weatherproof storage compartment. Not a full trunk, but I mean, you've got a little basket to keep the little stuff, a second tray up here, and it is weather sealed to keep moisture out. So good for storing little stuff, or honestly, if you're going on a trip and you need to bring your at-home charger with you, the little portable one, that's a perfect spot to keep it. Washer fluid reservoirs here. This is going to be your coolant for the EV motors, the inverter, and your battery packs. Over on this side, brake fluid reservoir, fuse box, and your 12-volt auxiliary battery for running all the accessories. Down here on the snout, you push in and it opens up. These are your two charge ports. You've got your standard J1772, your slow charge, level 1, level 2, what you'd probably use at home in your garage. And down here is the DC fast charging ports. Pretty sizable trunk space on this. Because it's an EV, it's got that really low load floor. Underneath here, you've got your tire inflator, tow hook, and this is just where we're keeping the at-home charger that comes with this. Figured it tucked down there nicely, so keep it looking all pretty. The other thing, these seats do drop and fold flat down, 1 and 2. So if you need to put some bigger stuff back here, you have definitely got the room for it. There's a lot to cover, so we'll dive right into it. Power windows, power door locks, power mirrors here on the driver's door. Got a little storage cubby here and water bottle storage in the front. This is your dimmer for your instrument cluster and your gauges. Hold this, pops that trunk open, and there's your traction control. Coming up, you've got automatic headlights. This being an EV, efficiency is kind of the name of the game. Set it to auto, let them turn on, let them turn off. They'll even kick on when your wipers are on, which is pretty nice. On the back of the wheel, you've got these two panels, left and right. These control your regenerative braking strength. You pull the left one 4 times, it'll kick on one pedal driving called iPedal in this. So helps you save as much electrons as possible. On this side here, this menu scrolls through all of your center display options, which this is also configurable. This is called dynamic mode. So it's a just kind of cool little landscape for your gauge cluster. This is your cruise control for the adaptive cruise control. You've got your following distance here and the lane keep there. This control here will change the menus when you page up and down. And this guy here will pause, repeat, and control the tracks on the stereo. Speaking of the stereo, infotainment screen is pretty nice. Its normal home screen is just a clean, empty screen. All you gotta do is scroll, and the screen is actually behind another layer here, so it has a kind of smoked glass look. But there's a million settings in here, so I'll just go over the cool ones right quick. EV mode, that lets you control the charging of this. Set it to, if you wanted to charge fully to 100%, you can, or you can turn it down for quicker charging or for extending your battery life over time. Going back in your climate controls, you can access them up here through this screen. Help if I didn't have sweat on my hand. But you can control everything through there, or this panel here is a dual mode panel. You touch this, it has all of touch buttons for going to specific screens on the top, or you touch it again, and there you go. Now it's back to your climate controls. So hit this, you can control the volume. Hit this, back to AC. If you go into radio, it's got HD radio, XM, AM, FM, and it has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay wired, so that'll hook up down there. Another neat thing with this is it has kind of a fun little gimmick, but sounds of nature. So if you want to just sit and relax in your Kia Niro EV, you can play peaceful, relaxing sounds of nature for a more tranquil experience. One other very, very nice thing. So phone projection here is how you get into Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And HD radio data is something that they integrated on this. You will even get a weather map showing Doppler radar and live traffic incidents and slowdowns in your area, showing construction and real-time problems, which also gets ported over into the navigation menu and your actual map and nav screen. So this all integrates. It's very, very clever. Moving down a little bit further, you've got your standard cigarette lighter outlet there, USB, USB-C, and this QI here, if I had a phone that would do it, this is a wireless charging pad right down there. So they really packed it with some pretty darn cool stuff. If it was nighttime, these would illuminate in here. It has mood lighting throughout the vehicle. Kind of cool. Good sized glove box. All the books you'd expect to be in there are in fact in there. And down here, foot on the brake. This is on and off for the car. This is your ignition button here. Gear selector here. To the left for reverse, middle is neutral, right is drive, center puts you back into park. You've got heated seats, driver and passenger. You've got your parking sensors, your parking camera, which you can activate with this button here on the bottom anytime you want to. And then auto hold will stop it from creeping when you are at a stop. I really like the way Kia did their little cup holders here, because as you can see, they retract, and if you hit this one, boop, they pop out to handle bigger or smaller cups. Also, this divider removes entirely if you need to put something particularly long into your center console. Got a mirror, got a little clip, and it expands and retracts to help block the desert sun. This mirror, it is your good old manual day and night mirror to keep those headlights out of your eyes. So climbing into the back seats here, a couple of interesting things to point out, just little touches, but the USB-C chargers on the back of the driver and passenger seats is a really nice touch for us here in the back. We've got our own vents. In each door, there's a water bottle sized cup holder. You've got your usual little storage pocket here. And if I spin me around, child seat anchors here and here on both seats, and the armrest drops down with its cup holders. The cloth and vegan leather, which is actually made from eucalyptus, pretty plush. I've got a pretty good deal of headroom up here. My knees can wiggle, I can stomp my feet, and my guts got space. And I'm 6'1" and 260 pounds, and that seat is where I film at, so it's all the way kicked back and reclined. So, not a bad spot to be, even for a big dude. Please excuse the flickering, but the refresh rate on the screen and my camera don't quite seem to want to play nice. But before we go for a drive here, I wanted to show you quick those drive modes. I turned it off of dynamic screen, which lets me, you'll see the drive modes and the display changes with each drive mode you put it into, which I thought was pretty cool. And if you want that cool little cityscape again, under the settings, all you got to do is hit link to drive mode, turn that off, and then boom, your background is back. And I'll just show you all quick here in the garage just how quiet this thing really is. We know EVs make almost no noise except for the whine of the drive motor and the noise they have to make for pedestrian safety, but it would echo. No squeaks, no rattles. Using regular brakes and the EV braking. Knock it into reverse. Backup camera comes on. You've got your sensors there, and the lines show the predictive course to just help keep it back into stuff. Now watch as that pole gets closer. It's going to start yelling at me about it. It even lights up here in case you weren't looking at that center screen. One more thing before we get rolling out of the parking garage. To turn on one pedal driving and to change your regen, it's this paddle here and here. So it is 4 notches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Maximum regen and I pedal. So that's your one pedal drive mode. Just to give you all an idea how it is on the highway, cruise set to 75, adaptive cruise is on. See the wheel doing its little wiggle there as it keeps us centered in our lane. And sees the guy up ahead, slows us down, and just keeps us cruising along. Not too much wind noise, a little bit of tire noise, but not as much as you would expect at highway speeds. I'll show you a quick 0 to 40 to 0, let you know that there's nothing hiding in the suspension that would, otherwise wouldn't notice unless under heavy acceleration or hard braking. So, ready, set. Wow, and ABS hard to a stop. Stops good and accelerates strong. For the full listing on this vehicle, please come see us at TucsonFutureClassics.com. That full listing is going to have a suite of pictures, the Carfax vehicle history report, and a full written description on the vehicle. I do have to remind you all that we are an appointment-only dealership, so when you're ready to come down and check this thing out for yourself, please do give us a call or shoot us a text message first. You can also email us at info@TucsonFutureClassics.com, and we are on Facebook and Instagram now, so you can hit us up on Messenger or slide into our DMs. Hopefully I've been able to tell you everything you could ever want or need to know about this Kia Niro to help make an informed decision. And if I have done that, well, I'm Dylan. We'll see you soon.